Danny and Input cruising through the airwaves. Transformers knowledge blast that never caves. Reviews so sharp they'll cut through steel. In the podcast world, they're the real deal. Jumping in the deep end, swimming with the best. Danny's got the info and she never needs to rest. Input's got the passion like a roaring jet. Together they make a mark you won't forget. Dynamic duo, never gonna quit. Taking over airwaves, super lit. Transformers podcast bringing the heat. Every single episode can't be beat.
Hey, and welcome to the State of the Transformers Fandom. Today we're talking collector pet peeves and fandom gripes. I'm here with the one and only and the dash to the put.
Oh man, she almost got it right, but she made it sound even better. It's me. It's that N-PUT. I'm mobbing once again with Danny Double D. No titty entendre today that you can't see. And I'm gonna ask you one question. What you gonna do, brother, when the Fandom podcast runs wild on you, Jack?
Perfect. Yeah, we're a little early today. Like I said, the schedules have been crazy, but yeah, you can always rewatch the streams. I have them in a playlist on mine or on Input's channel. They're always here and set those reminders. But yeah, we'll probably get more swing of things and time. But this got stuff to do, but we're still here and bringing the heat. So yeah.
Yeah, we got some. I had just my fault. I had some personal stuff come up around our normal time. Asked Danny to jump in with me so we can get it done, get it out instead of pushing it back a week. So this way we don't miss an episode this week.
Better do it early than not do it, really. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So what are we talking about this week, man? We're going to be talking about collector pet peeves and fandom gripes. We're going to get into the nitty and the gritty. We're going to get the dirt up underneath our fingernails. We're going to dig a hole down the china with our bare hands, and we're going to see what comes from it, baby. So, Danny, what are your collector pet peeves and fandom gripes? What you got?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's lots. I'm thinking of. There's some that I can't really say. I don't think because I don't want to offend some people. Some things it's just. Oh God, yeah. I'm trying to think on it. There's some that are just. Yeah, they're not nice, but I don't know. It's a lot, man. I think one pet peeve though is people that when you collect a line of figures, if this happens more in I'd say Marvel Legends teams. There's not as many. I guess there's a lot of teams too in Transformers, but feeling that pressure to complete the team and buy all these shit characters you don't want. Just because it's in your head, you know what I mean? That's one that really irritates me. You know what I mean? Because people you get this group, that group, and Transformers mostly buy them all anyways. But it's still a collector pet peeve when you feel that kind of guilt kick in, oh, I gotta get this guy and that guy, and then you look at your shelf and it's dude, I don't even like these characters, especially X-Men or something,
Right,
or something like that. So that always irritates me. Yeah.
I'll say the when in the case of fuck it, let's just bring it home. Let's Babe Ruth this thing right out of the ballpark, man. When they do teams in terms of Transformers, and we'll talk about this goes for anybody, third party, Hasbro, whatever the case may be. And they show you a combiner team, and you're going to be all in for the new Minosaur, and they show you the Minosaur, and they show you what's going to come up, and everyone's so excited because you're going to get the entire team. And then they do something like Breakdown, being a complete repaint, right, of of Dead End or whatever it was, right? And then it's and then they go, oh, there's no room in the budget. Ah, bullshit. There was plenty of room in the budget. Because, you're able to resculpt, remold, do whatever, all this stuff, whatever the case may be. So it's in that regard, it's almost like they suckered you in because they knew that you were going to do Minosaur. You got your Motor Master, you got your whatever. I forgot the one who came out with it. Was it Dead End that came out with it? You got your first two. Yeah. Right. And then they're oh yeah, now we can just get super lazy with it and no one cares because they're going to buy it anyway. And then that leads me into the fandom gripe, right? For this is that the people who will defend that action oh, you're just gonna put them in Minosaur mode, put them on your shelf anyway. I don't look at the back of the legs, so who cares? Like all this other stuff.
Hmm.
And it's like, dude, not everybody will collect like you. Not everybody will display their figures like you. What if, let's just say, what if here, somebody has a third-party Minosaur that's 2.5 feet tall, one of the giant, like, massive Fans Toys ones, right? And they for some scale or whatever, they just want to put these guys in robot mode at their feet, you know, kind of
Hmm.
have like a Minosaur combined and then the entire team down below, get like a really
Yeah.
cool shelf effect or something like that, right? And now that's what they wanted to do, and now you have two of the same robot up there. One,
Yeah.
you know, one's white and one's like off tannish, brownish, whatever, right? Like,
Yeah,
uh,
totally. And yeah, another thing too that goes with that is just like the releases. Like I will be talking about this tomorrow. We're having a Danny and Friends tomorrow, so catch us tomorrow on my channel, and everyone will probably put on theirs too. But for the releases that came out, but yeah, now instead of Thundercracker and Skywarp being exclusive, the new releases are gonna be everywhere. But now Starscream's exclusive, so that's another pet peeve. Like making another mainline guy exclusive, especially Target. Now that the Toys R Us in my area is closed down. Target exclusives, basically have to get them online now, much harder. So I mean, yeah, especially now, again, they didn't learn from their mistakes before making another mainline guy exclusive, especially Starscream. So it's just like, yeah, that pet peeve of it all these weird exclusives. Like I said, make it exclusive, sure, but hitting Starscream as an exclusive and all this stuff once again, like, did you not learn?
yeah, making things difficult to get.
The mainline people, especially too. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Like your season 1, season 2 type people, like there's no excuse Starscream should be an exclusive, right?
Mhm.
There was no excuse back in the day that Thundercracker and Skywarp should have been Target exclusives, like Target 2-packs and all this other stuff, because for whatever reason they have this idea that, Skywarp doesn't sell or whatever. It's like, yeah, he might be the seeker that sells the least, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he doesn't necessarily sell, right? Because if that was the case, then why are you putting, like Hardhead in Titans Return? Why are you putting Quake? They did a new Quake. It's like, why did you do a new Quake? Like if you're gonna talk about characters that don't sell, I doubt Skywarp sells less than Quake,
Yeah.
right?
I do
And
love.
Quake got a single release that was everywhere. So
Yeah.
yeah, making stuff difficult to get, making stuff fan channel exclusives.
It doesn't need to
Collector,
be that. Yeah.
yeah. Here's a pet peeve for me is if there's something out that that either I want or I'm trying to find or whatever it is, right? And you go to Target and it's quote unquote street dated and you don't know it, and you go to scan, like they put it out on the shelf. I didn't ask anybody to go into the back to get it for me.
Yeah, that's
It's
the
on the
worst.
shelf. There's like 30 of them on the shelf. I grab it, I go scan it, and then somebody comes over and they take it from me and they, oh, sorry, sir, this is street dated for July 30th. Yeah, we can't sell this to you yet. Why? You've got 30 of them on the shelf.
Yeah, I know that used to happen a lot here. For some reason, I know a couple workarounds, but like, there's for a couple, like for a lot in Canada, they used to do that a lot. Like everything was like, for a while there, nothing was scanning through, right? And I knew certain people could put stuff aside you're not supposed to do and all this, but it's just, it was so frustrating. Like, and yeah, like it's on the shelf. Like they should be forced to sell it. Yeah, you screwed up. You put it on the shelf. Like, yeah, it's just annoying. And like I know one guy was freaking out their toys, like you're growing up, but it's like, dude, kids, people can't even afford this shit. Like, come on. Yeah,
Well,
it's
it's
just
not, and
yeah.
it's not. They don't do that with just toys.
Yeah,
You
there's
know,
other
it's
stuff too.
yeah,
Cards, games.
cards, games, video games, shoes, clothes, like anything and everything. If it's out on the shelf, it should be fair game, because when your employee scans it and puts it up on the shelf,
uh,
right?
yeah.
Then does it not show up in the zebra? Does it not say street dated for this date or whatever? I mean, because all those are linked to their website and linked to their inventory and everything else, right?
Yeah, and even if they get fined for it, they should eat it at that point. 'Cause it's just bad customer service. Then yeah, you're paranoid about everything. I know for a while there, I was like having like a heart attack or seizure when I picked stuff up because I, before I even sent pictures to anyone to be like, oh, they got the new thing. I was like, okay, I got it in hand. Now I got to see if I can actually buy it, right?
Right.
It'll scan through, and I won't get it taken away, or have to hide it, or do this and that, and jump through hoops, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's a huge pet peeve. The street dates, like if it's street dated, man, like they need to just like put it like, yeah, it's got to be handled better, especially toys. It's just,
Right. And that's kind of the problem, dude, is like they're not toy, quote unquote toys anymore. They're collectibles. And I feel like
yeah,
now a lot of these companies, Walmart, Target, 7-Eleven, like fuck it, like Barnes and Noble, like whoever is selling the stuff, right?
mhm,
Now because they're labeled quote unquote collectibles, they're able to get away with a lot more, right?
mhm,
Because like I could imagine like my grandfather back in the day would be like, nah, man, you had it on the shelf, it's for sale.
yeah,
Like I need to speak to a manager, I need to speak to a district manager, I need to speak like whatever, right? Like I need no. You messed up, like it's on the shelf. There's 30 of them on the shelf. What do you mean it's street dated? Like one, I could let one slide. Like
mhm,
maybe, okay, maybe it was in a box. The guy wasn't paying attention, and like, it was like 50 Batman in a box, and then one like street dated Joker, right?
yeah,
Not paying attention. I find Joker. Okay, it's street dated. You got 30 Jokers on the shelf.
yeah,
Like, come on, man. That's ridiculous. And the fact, and Keldeo brought it up too. He said like some Walmarts selling like generations, and some Walmarts. I've seen this. Some Walmarts, me and Oracle go to Austin quite a bit, and we'll stop at like every Walmart, every Target along the way, and on the way back, and then
mhm,
like all the ones that are there, like in the city,
mhm,
and it's really crazy because there are some Walmarts like Hasbro is like barely present in the toy
yeah.
aisle, and then in other Walmarts, Hasbro is the entire toy aisle.
Yeah, yeah, I know. And yeah, speaking of that too, like this Walmart here, I'll show you. This is the state of my Walmart. I took a picture. I do have a subreddit I put it in, and I had people like some people saying like it's not that bad, and like way worse. But this Walmart I used to go to before COVID had everything. Like I know things have changed slightly and all that pricing and buy some online for sure, but they had everything, right? And look at all those fracks or whatever his name is. Like look at the pile of that bullshit. They haven't clearance that even $1 off. And it's just like, yeah, they got the bumblebees and stuff, but so what? Like this thing used to be stacked all the time, and now the state of it, people are like, oh, you shouldn't complain, you should complain. It's like, well, if you don't complain, nothing's gonna change. And I know some of it's gone online, but I'm not even asking for what it used to be. I'm just asking, like, at least clearance those fracks off. At least try to have somewhere like whatever they ordered Age of the Primes. They get one wave of each, and if you're not there, basically, you're not gonna get it. I'm there every day, so it's not just a one-time judgment on my part. I'm there every day, and that's another pet peeves. Is like that all those fracks, bro. Like, freaking yeah, like take something off of them and get rid of them.
Yeah, like throw those in clearance.
Yeah,
I'm looking at this picture right up there, and here's a fan gripe, right?
yeah,
Unicron was too big for retail. Bro, there is a car meant for a 4-year-old right above all of these for sale at Walmart. Unicron was not too big for retail. Go to your Target. Do me a favor. Go to your Target and look around their store. You will find big wheels at Target. You will find these giant, massive freaking things at Target. Unicron could have been retail. HasLab can be retail, period.
yeah.
100%. Okay? Just
It's yeah.
throwing it out there.
Yeah, yeah, and then Walmart, dude. This Walmart used to put everything on clearance, right? This Walmart, like, they still have a clearance section at this Walmart, and there's toys in there, but they're like this just crap toys that are already like no one wants to pay for, right? And I used to go to this Walmart and get great deals. I was getting liters for $8, and I know like that probably sucked for them too. But like I'm just saying that you don't need to put a liter at $8. But they used to clearance stuff at this Walmart all the time, and it would move quickly after that. And it wasn't like people were just waiting for it to go on sale, because like a lot of stuff would go, and it was just the leftovers. Like these fracks would be at like $10, $8, and they would fly, right?
Speaking,
So, hey, Ninja Build, I message you on Facebook about Danny and Friends tomorrow. So just let me know, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, if you can be there. Just shoot me a message later.
speaking of pet collector pet peeves and fan gripes, I kind of feel like this next one for me kind of goes hand in hand, right? Like it's kind of like two sides of the same coin kind of deal, right? Where people really should stop giving up where they find stuff. And what I mean by that is, for years, I'll give you guys all examples. An example. For years, I went to Ross, the TJ Maxx, all of that for years, finding toys on clearance and discount, all kinds of stuff for the longest time. And then like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it was, when Ross had that giant Christmas thing,
Yeah.
and everybody was like, yo, go to Ross, man. I didn't know Ross had toys. No.
Yeah.
And okay, keep that shit a secret, because now what ends up happening is we see that Ross sees all of this and says, oh man, we've got our stuff too cheap. Now, instead of $6 a figure, it's $12 a figure. Now it's $20 a figure. Now there is no discount, because why should there be? And now we see stuff like Todd McFarlane doing Ross exclusives. Why?
Yeah, and I noticed I watched a lot of those toy hunt videos and a lot of those Rosses from that one year when they went all cheap. But the next year when they had stuff cheaper, it wasn't as cheap. It was like you said, $4-8 more. So
yeah, it's like destroyed the entire purpose of all that, because like people couldn't keep their mouth shut about it, right? Like that was like the toy secret for like 20 years. Go to Ross, go to TJ Maxx, go to Burlington Coat Factory, right? Go to all these discount chains, man.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, like I said, Walmart was a steal, man. They used to clearance all the Transformers up till basically that 35th anniversary stuff. So yeah, like the Shockwave from Siege I got for $8. Like it would, like I said, like it wouldn't be tons of stuff. It would be like whatever, right? Like just kind of the little end stuff. So you wouldn't wait for it, because I see at these Targets now, people wait for this stuff to clearance, right? And it just sits and sits. But it was like here, it was like it would move, and then just the last little bit they'd clear it, and then they'd add new stuff, right? It was ongoing for years. So it was awesome, because I still said, like, it wasn't like I was buying less. Oh, I'm waiting for it to get $8. I was buying like 10 at $8. So spending more money than the normal price. But it just felt like you got more because you did.
Yeah, and there's something that Rachel brings up in chat. She says, and I totally agree with this, is like, my pet peeve is people ranting and raving over a figure because it's quote unquote 1% more accurate, cough cough 86 prime. And yeah, like that's a whole nother thing where it's like, okay, this part of the forearm is now got like a very, it's got the spot of blue that he had in the cartoon and stuff like that. And they're going to resell it to you for $5 more because they jacked up the price because of a spot of blue, and people going ape shit. And then here's the reverse of that, right? Like the old figure, as soon as the new figure comes and gets announced, not that it's out, but it gets announced, the old figure is now garbage. That figure's trash. Oh, that figure sucked. That figure was never any good. I can't wait for that new one to come out. Stuff like that, man. Like, that drives me up a wall. And I'm like, what if that figure just, the plastic is so thin, it just crumbles in your hand, right? And now the new one literally is terrible. Right?
Yeah, I know. I love capitalism, though, so keep pumping out the better figure. But yeah, I know it is what it is at that point.
And then
Ninja Bill, it works. It's a great strategy. So,
and Ninja Bill in chat says, and where I live, the stores are 40+ miles away, and gas ain't cheap. And to stack on top of that, Ninja Bill, you drive all the way to the store. Okay, I've got like a different problem here. I've got like me and Oracle looked it up one day. There's like 18 Targets in my city, and dude, we counted on our hand where they all are, and it was like, and I was like, why can't I find anything in stores anymore? Right? Like, why do I have to go
Yeah.
to 5-6 Targets, 5-6 Walmarts just to find the one thing? Why do I have to drive around all day just to find the one figure that I'm looking for? Now, in the case of like McFarlane, him doing like a Red Chase variant type of thing, that I can understand. Okay, there's like one in a box that, and like, you know, one per whatever it is, like one per every like 1,000 figures or something crazy, right? Like, so you're gonna drive around. I understand that part, but like Optimus Prime, right? Like, why do I need to drive around for an Optimus Prime? Why do I need to drive around for a Superman? Why do I need to drive around like a character that is so mainstream? Why do I need to drive around for it?
I don't know
A
if you could
five,
drive
six.
around and find it, because if I was 15 Walmarts here, I'd be driving around all the time. But it's like as long as I could go and find it, at least like if there's 15 Walmarts, I go to a couple and I can find everything. I'm fine with that because I do like the hunt. I like finding it on the shelf. But yeah, like driving to 15 Targets and not finding it, and it's a main figure, that sucks, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, it's very tough, right?
Yeah, no, it totally is. And that's kind of the thing where it's like, you get to a point to where you just kind of like, screw it, I don't really care, I'm not going out, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to, like, whatever it is, right? Like, you just get to a point where you just don't care, right? And then you just order it offline, and now you're saving gas, but now you're paying for shipping, you're paying for, like the extra stuff, right?
I know.
So
I know. So it's yeah, double edged. But like I said, like I love to be out there hunting. I only have so many spots to go to, but something that's regularly available, I can just get on Big Bad or a Canadian store, and I had the option to going to 7 different Targets and Walmarts, and they didn't have any of it or just one of it. Yeah, that bites. So
And E-Man's World of Geeks says you drive around because you got there late, right? Like, so like
yeah,
that kind of goes hand in hand with something else, right? Like another like pet peeve. I shouldn't have to be up at like 6 o'clock to be at Walmart by like 7 o'clock to help them open the boxes and put them on the shelf just to be able to get a figure that I want. It's like they should just have a crap ton of these figures, and they should just put them up, and then I can go in at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and pull it off the shelf and then go home.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and there's other things like GameStop. You can pre-order it, so it's not like totally hunting. At least
right.
you go there, and you get now it's EB Games again in Canada, so you can go there and you can kind of get what you want in a way. Like it helps. It's the only thing here that we have that's reliable right now. So, and then because even the Toys R Us in my town is closing. I have a video about that coming out, and yeah, it's just one thing after another. It's sad, and but yeah, like it's just but like in Vancouver, they have ages 3 and up. We love supporting them. They're great people. If I live there or they have something like that here, I would just go to that and order stuff to support them, and try to find some stuff too on my own, right, and whatever. But yeah, you just got to kind of figure out what works for you and what you like the best. If you want to be hunting for everything, or you can support locally,
Yeah.
or you want to buy online, it's just all up to you, right?
And I think I've touched on this on the show before. In when did GameStop become like the place to um get like action figures and stuff from?
I'd say
Right?
like just like for the COVID time, like we like when I worked there still, because I worked there a year after the close at the one location. It was like I was ordering every Transformer there, and video games, like anyone 20 years and younger, I mean, maybe even up to 25, did not want to buy a physical game, right? And the store was
Yeah.
pushing pre-order, so I just started telling people like I just smoothed up with all the toy collectors, and I was like, order your stuff here; it'll probably come in, right?
Yeah.
So it's just, you know, around then I noticed a huge boom. And then, yeah, like after the sickness happened, everyone was stuck inside. The collector thing went through the roof. Like it was like, yeah, yeah. And still to this day, like I go to the GameStop and I see a lot of people I got hooked on there, and, you know, yeah, they're still doing it. So,
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I'll go into GameStop and I'll find something that, like, you know, somebody, I don't know, like I'm trying to think of like an example, like of a figure that like people really, really want. I guess like my buddy was telling me that the new Archangel, the Marvel Legends new Archangel, people wanted that a lot.
mhm.
And I go into a GameStop and there he is, and I'm asking the guy, I'm like, "Oh man, this is cool." And he's like, "Yeah, it's been there for like 2 weeks now or something. We've had it for a little while." I'm like, "Wow, okay."
Mhm.
Um, and then I go to, you know, another GameStop, you know, a little later on in the week or whatever it is when I get there or go or whatever, and they've got something else there that's like, yeah, people are like, it's sought after items. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they do. And the thing is, they got it cheap, cheap. Like I'm getting like 15% off and no tax. So I'm getting like, yeah. And like I said, a lot of people, I notice a lot of toy collector videos I watch in the States, they don't really go to the GameStops that much. They don't really buy there, but that's the thing for Canada. And we get like lots of money off, right? And, you know, like I know I've got toys from elsewhere, right? And I'm posting them online. There's me holding up like whatever, like that picture with, you know, the Silverbolt and the Constructicons, right? And I didn't get those from GameStop, but someone called the GameStop and they were screaming like, "You know what? You're letting Danny doesn't even work there anymore, and you're letting her get all the shit early, blah blah blah," like screaming at my old boss or like one of our old managers, and they're like, "Dude, she didn't get it from here." Guy's like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm right." I guess he like called in head office, and yeah, he ended up complaining, and yeah, they said like, "No, this she got it somewhere else," right? But just it's just funny, like, you know, because they see me in there and they see me online with the stuff, and then they're calling in like she's getting special treatment and blah blah blah, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So funny because yeah, I am going in there behind the shelves and doing shit and stuff, but it's just because I've worked there almost 10, like, yeah, you know, half a decade or more. So, you know, I'm good with the people, but yeah, no, I'm not getting like special. I still put my pre-orders down and pay for it, right? But it's just funny.
I saw our Monkey Not Truck said, for me personally, getting Transformers I want is much easier now than 10 to 15 years ago. The UK has a good number of reliable
I
options.
do. The UK
Yeah.
is killing it, man. I see all those. They don't have Target exclusives. It's all in like one store, like whatever it's called, Sims or whatever that one place. But I mean, Wilbur
Smith.
easily got Wilbur easily got me the UFO guy Cosmos early, and it was just on the shelf like 20 of them. So
E-Man brought up, he said, I was going to say pre-ordering does help a lot, but it all depends on how you collect. You're not the only collector in the area. Others have the same mindset. And I will say pre-ordering does help a lot. And kind of goes into another pet peeve, right? Like you got to find a company that I pre-order, and I know they get a lot of flack, you know, BBTS never ships and stuff like that, right? Or
yeah,
they get their items late, whatever it is.
or early. Making sense.
If I pre-order anything, I will pre-order through BBTS because for the most part, it's no money down, stuff like that, and it's real easy. And then actually that's where BBTS and is usually where I get most of my Mayfex stuff from pre-order wise. Which now kind of sucks because they charge you like $10 to pre-order, which
Yeah,
I think that's more of like a I think BBTS is getting them from like Ami or something like that, and like one of those Japanese supplier sites, and now they started charging, right?
yeah.
So BBTS is gonna, you know,
Yeah.
you give them the money to pre-order it through them for you, whatever. But so pre-ordering does help a lot. My only thing is when it comes to pre-ordering, and people will see this differently. People will see it as a positive. I see it kind of as like a negative, right? Is when the item is said to ship July 1st, and then it comes out like, you know, February 3rd, and it's like 6 months early or something, you
I know
know?
it's the biggest pet peeve, man. It's like,
Yeah.
That's the biggest one ever. I can't believe we didn't mention that earlier. That sucks. Like, it says October. Dude, I got a message today saying my 86 Megatrons could be in any moment at Big Bad. Right now. I just got that. I just got the email. So, I mean, it's like, I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah, and see, this is what kind of this is why it's a pet peeve for me, right? Where I don't see it as a positive. So sometimes people, let's say they get paid every 2 weeks, and then they get that month in October, they have an extra paycheck because October is like a long month, right? So it just happens to fall on that, in that category. They get like an extra $600 or $1,500 that month, whatever it is. And so they're like, oh yeah, man. Well, as soon as that figure comes out, that's awesome. I'll have the money. I can order go through, it'll kick in, whatever. And then that figure kicks in, sooner, 3 months earlier, before that paycheck was supposed to come through. And now if they really want it, they're either out the 30, 40, 50, 100, whatever it is that they ordered. But if they have to put it on a credit card, they're being charged the APR for the credit card on the item, making the item more expensive. Because credit cards are anywhere between like 19 to 30% APR, right? So $30 or 30% on $100 figure is another $30, right? So it's just it's kind of like this weird, not even say weird, it's like a, basically what I'm saying is like, to fix that, just ship it when you say it's going to ship, because that was
like a week or two early or something is fine, or a little bit early, but like months early is just ridiculous at this point.
Some places will say September 2025, October 2026, right? So they won't give you like an exact date within that month, but it should ship. It should ship in that month, not 6 months earlier or whatever.
Yeah, a couple weeks before or after, even if they send the email like this is coming in early, 2 weeks, blah blah, it's fine. But months early, like I have shit up already in my house that said October, and I have it now. I got like even all this Superion and all this stuff from GameStop and Big Bad. I got like that was not scheduled for now. And it's just they're losing money because some people, if they can't put it on a card, which they really shouldn't do, can't afford it, or if you can't afford it at the time, and then then they miss out, or they got to pre-order. It's just like it's a nightmare for people, man. That's one thing I know. Ages, when I talked to one of the owners at Ages 3 and Up, the last time I was there, saying that's one of their biggest gripes is the street dates, because they have so many people canceling at times, like when something is like expensive drops too early, right? Of course, they have lots of people picking up, but he just says it's sad, like it's hard, it sucks, like it sucks to see, right? Because they got people that really love this stuff and they look forward to it, and it drops 3 months early. Your car fucking goes, your brakes go, you never know, right?
And that's that's the thing, is like you're planning for it, and then all of a sudden, like in terms of 3-0, I could only imagine BBTS getting God knows how many cancellations because something ships 3, 4, 5 months early, or whatever it is, 2 months early, whatever it is, right?
Sucks. Huge one. I know this one too a little bit. Nothing like whoever he's saying got bought with Armada Wheeljack. People hating over Rodimus Prime getting dull. Like I find that too a little annoying. Not anyone in particular, but just like just the constant hate on some things. Like the Rodimus figure, I like that Rodimus figure. I know people hate it, but the continue of like just nonstop, like like it's like fine, like some stuff should just be let go. Like I hate when you bring something up in somewhere and then everyone attacks you over it. It's like, what, it is kind of like, it's just some people like it, some people don't. Some things should be let go, some things are just part of the culture, but it's tough.
And I'll say this, I've said this for a long time, Keldeo, Prime killed Prime. When Prime lands, he says Megatron must be stopped no matter the cost. He flew to Autobot City knowing full well Megatron was going to be there, wrecking shop, knowing full well what Megatron was capable of. And as soon as he lands, he says Megatron must be stopped no matter the cost. And then as Hot Rod is sitting there in Megatron's arms, Optimus Prime, basically just sacrifices himself because he doesn't want to use Hot Rod as a like to shoot through Hot Rod or whatever, Plus, on top of that, Optimus Prime, Megatron started crawling. Optimus Prime had Megatron dead to rights for like 10 seconds. Blow his head off, call it a day. Done.
Nice.
Like, you're in a war. What are you doing?
I know.
Okay. And then I'll say this. I will say this. Season 3, I think Hot Rod and Rodimus get a lot of crap, but season 3 in Cup, not season 3 in Cup, Cup in season 3 mentions that Optimus Prime in the episode that Hot Rod gives up the Matrix, or Rodimus gives up the Matrix, goes back to Hot Rod, and because he misses the he just wants to drive around and be old Hot Rod, and he wants to give up the responsibility and everything. Cup mentions that they went through the same scenario or something similar with Optimus Prime, but Optimus Prime gets a free pass because the audience doesn't see it, but Cup says it. So at one point in time, if you're going to hold a grudge against Hot Rod, you have to hold that same grudge against Optimus Prime, right? You see the end. It's very hypocritical to judge Prime on his actions in the end, and knowing his actions in the beginning, and not give Rodimus that same respect in that situation, right? So, Eamon says, I almost got shitted on by a buddy for liking Ultra Magnus until I told him, in my eyes, he represents my oldest son, my second in command. Personal choices shouldn't get shitted on. I agree.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. A lot. I feel strongly for that. That's a great point, because personal choices shouldn't get shitted on as much as they do. Like, of course, people are gonna have their own opinions, and that's your own perspective. That's fine, but it's just going after people like so much on it. It's like you said, it gets dull. It gets old. It's like, move on, right?
Right.
For some of it.
Ninja Bill says, I think my absolute buffet gripe is influences will deliberately give false witness as to what they are showing the fans. I agree with that. Yeah. Rachel says, I mean, to play devil's advocate, Hot Rod did disobey an order, and Optimus would have shot out of risk of hitting Hot Rod. But my point is like, even Hot Rod, yes, did disobey the order, but Optimus still had Megatron dead to rights.
Oh yeah.
Before Hot Rod got up there.
Yeah,
Hot Rod got up there by the time Megatron got to the pistol.
Oh, I know. It's just because, they're all probably, what is it called? Like, they just love the pain, not Satanists. But, they just want the war to continue for another 10 million years. And maybe he's trying to be like Goku, give everyone a 15th chance. I don't know.
Right.
But, yeah.
What is this? Chibi Pose Library says, Season 3 Rodimus, the fan hating on him is just, then you see an episode where someone tells him, well, go kill your go KYI to commune with the Matrix, and he just goes off and does it. He's selfless.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're covering a lot today. It was a great show. I love everyone's opinions in chat. Nice to see lots of returning faces in chat. Lots of nice to see new people too. And yeah, like I said, timings have been off, but we really enjoy this. And the getting down these pet peeves is good. It's just good. Yeah. We're just trying to discuss this stuff on a non-biased, friendly thing. I mean, input definitely have always different opinions on things, and we get along great. So you know what I mean. We have lots of same interests. So it's just about not taking, like you said, personal things too personal, and just enjoying the fandom, and trying to make it a little bit like not just positive, but just a little bit more like not just reactionary too, I guess, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's always better to sit down and have a conversation instead of sit down and shouting. So
yeah, we don't represent the full fandom, of course, or anything, but every individual makes up the fandom, and we're just here to chat with you guys, get your opinions from the chat too, and our our perspective, and that's all. Just trying to just lighten things up, but also bring the heat when needed, and have some fun as well.
That's it, baby. Prom kill prime.
Yeah, like, what is it called? Oh, God.
But guys, next week we're gonna talk about we'll be back at our regular time next week. We're gonna be talking about the hazards of collecting when it comes to depression. And tomorrow night, don't forget 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It will be me, Danny, Ninja Bill, Razio Kane reviews,
Sure.
and possibly a surprise guest if they get back in time. Not back to Danny, but like back in time, right? Not back to the future, back from what they're doing in time.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be going over what are we going over, Danny? The reveals?
Yeah, just the most of the stuff we're talking about, the 86, like that we talked about today. Like, there's lots of reveals, man. I think he even showed the new Predaking off there. There's quite a bit. There's like a Armada, Nemesis Prime. Well, let's be light chat at the beginning. Go through that. Probably hour, a little over. Not too long because the rewatchability is nice. So yeah, just have some laughs, see what people are up to. Get the gang together, Danny and friends, and then yeah, just go over the new reveals. Get a little perspective. Love to hear people in the chat from their perspective, but probably have to keep the show going. Can't answer every question, but just we love seeing what people are saying, and yeah, let's go through it. And it's always nice to see Endput's opinion because right off, like, he hasn't seen any of it, so keep it fresh. And he doesn't really collect the stuff like everyone else, so it's always nice to have some non-biased eyes, someone that's not just glossed over like me, like, oh my god, I have to have it.
Drinking the Hasbro milk is Danny. But guys, thanks for joining us this episode. We look forward to next week's episode, doing some more deep dive topics with you guys. And as always, nothing but much love to everybody out there. Stay safe. That's the most important thing. And if you guys are having any kind of problems or anything else, find somebody to talk about it with, whether it's family member, whether it's a friend, whether it's a plushie, stuffed animal, whatever the case may be, whatever helps you feel better about it. Just get the emotion out.
Don't forget, I love animals. Okay, see you next week, people.
This is the speed of the Transformers podcast, and we're repping real hard. Thanks for watching the show. Now you know we bring that heat with that plastic glow. The dynamic duo talking bots and feels. Transformers talk, keeping it real. The live stream with Danny and Input, the trainee and the co-star that said what? Oh no, don't get your feelings hurt. We know you're feeling burnt with every word, but we got the spin, yeah, we're ready to win. She's got that Dawson grin, and Input got that girl with the stare. No one compares truth or dare. This duo's lit, we always had the few. We don't love to hate, but we love to do it. From okay to great, yeah, we cracked that topic. We won't drop it, we won't stop it. You don't wanna be in the scope. Oh nope, this team is dope. Keeping it real, we hope you enjoy the show. Many more places we can